What's going on, everybody? It's Achilles OBT coming at you with a brand new update video, a brief video. Basically, just letting you guys know that I actually finished my placement matches last night. Yeah, I was so excited about it that I decided to just grind through the 10 games. Like, even though I had to actually go to sleep and go to work the next day, I was just really, really excited about it. So I think I played I don't know how many games a day I was playing, but ultimately I ended up going 5-5. The first 5 games were really, really rough, but the last 5 I ended up finishing a little bit better. But I wasn't really sure where I was going to place. To be brutally honest, I thought I was going to place in the bronze tier because the games at first were going so bad, and I was assuming that the players that I was getting paired up with was going to be an indicator of where I was going to ultimately end up. And to be honest, the first 4 or 5 games I played, I was in there with people who were really, really, really fast to get sparked up over little things. And 5 minutes into the game, 6 minutes into the game, just really, really early game, whenever anything was bumpy, they would just be really quick to start arguing and get tilted really fast, or just flat out say the game was over. And it's something that really, really bugged me, because we would come out, everybody would be positive, or at least 4 of us would be positive, myself included, and it seemed like every single lobby there would always be that one person who everything could be going good for us as a team, but something's going bad for that one person, and then they have to start arguing with everybody else because they're not having a good go of it. Despite the fact that they're not having a good go, it wasn't anything that was hurting the team. We were still winning together as a team, and I think when you have players that ultimately put sole focus on their output and that's it, when they put their own principles in front of the whole team first kind of thing, it just spells disaster for the rest of the game, because Heroes of the Storm is not the kind of game where one person can win it for you, but it damn sure is the kind of game. I say it all the time. It is the kind of game where one person can lose for you. So I had a good 3 or 4 games in a row where there was always one person who was just really, really in a bad mood, and the minute anything bad happened, despite the fact that we would have momentum, just that one person would come out pointing a finger at somebody, which obviously would put that other player, in a tilt mode, which then would be like a domino effect. And when you're playing with a team of randoms, there's really nothing that you can do once they decide that they all want to argue. You can try and play peacemaker as much as possible, and even I honestly did try, because I feel like I've seen the positivity thing work, and I know that it's proven. It's just the fact that when you play alone, it's hard to attain. So I could be as positive as I want to be, but it won't matter if you got people arguing like children over nothing, essentially. So I thought for sure I was going to place bronze to get back on track, and I was shocked when I finished my 10 games and I was a gold too. I was shocked. I was so dead set on me being a bronze and having to battle my way to where I think I should be. Which, if anybody didn't see my send-off video, me personally, I think that I should be a platinum tier player. I would love to sit here and say that I feel like I'm diamond level or master level, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think for sure though, or at least master, I know for a fact I'm not on those guys' level. Um, I do think if I play really well and I'm seeing things correctly, I think I could reach diamond. But for sure, I think I should be platinum. If I could make it into the platinum tier and be like a platinum 1 or a platinum 2, I think I'd be happy with that. But of course, I'm not selling myself short on where I want to be, because obviously I placed gold 2. So if I get on any kind of winning streak right now, then it definitely won't be that hard for me to get to platinum. That's goal number 1. And once we get to platinum, the goal number 2 will be to stay platinum, regardless of winning streaks and losing streaks. I'd want to stay there. I don't want to come back to being a gold or obviously anything lower. But like I said, I'm definitely happy with how I placed. This is better than the first time I did the placements. Let me say that. This is better than the first time, because the first time I won 60% of my games, and they made me a low 20s, or I think it was a 27 or a 28. And before the placements, I was actually a 13 or something like that. And when I played my placement matches, I was fully expecting to be back in the teens, and I was a 27 or a 28, and I was demoralized. I was deflated, to be brutally honest. It crushed me. So This time around, I only won half of the games, won 50% of the games, but they still did me the favor of putting me in the gold 2. Now, for all I know, maybe gold 2 is the new rank equivalent of a 28 or something like that, because gold is definitely sitting behind 3 tiers basically. Gold is sitting behind platinum, diamond, and master. 4 if you want to count grandmaster. So it's standing behind 4. So an argument could be made that this actually placed me exactly where it did before, but seeing it in this kind of status doesn't, it makes it easier to swallow. It makes it easier to see and stuff like that. So I'm definitely not mad about it. I'm happy about it. I hope anybody that's watching this video also has like the best of luck with their placement matches. I hope they end up somewhere where they want to be. And if they're not, don't get crazy, don't get demoralized. Keep playing, because at the end of the day, one thing that I feel like they absolutely did right with this new system. Granted, I've seen it. I'm only commenting on what I've seen. I haven't gone through it yet. I'm excited to go through it. The one thing I think they did right with this system is that no matter what, when you get to one of these tiers right here, if you get to the bottom or you get to the top of one of these individual tiers, you have to play a game that determines whether you lose it or determines whether you win it. So no matter what, you're, at the very least, your tier control is definitely in your hands. So there is a way to stay at a certain level, so long as, you know, you win the game that matters. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's absolutely good, and I think that's something that anybody watching this video needs to keep in mind. If they're playing the new Hero League, definitely keep that in mind. There's always upside. There's always a way to improve your rank, and ultimately they give you more power than ever to actually control where you get placed after you get placed. So it's something to keep in mind. Don't get demoralized. Don't get deflated. Stick with it. You know, we're all dealing with the toxic players together. Like, all of us have to deal with it. So it's not something that just happens to you. So just try to hang tough and see what you get out of it. You got until August basically to get your rank as high as possible to get those rewards. Granted, I absolutely love the elemental wolves. Not as excited about the elemental lizards, just because I didn't really like the battle beast to begin with, but I would just like to actually place well, just for the sake of placing well, not so much for the mounts. But hopefully you enjoyed this update video. There will definitely be, I'm going to try and record I may actually try to record a Medivh video, because I played him last night and I had an unhealthy amount of fun playing him. I played him differently than what you might be accustomed to seeing by now. You know, naturally I'm always like that. I always try something different. But I may try to record a Medivh video, because as of this recording, I have a 3 specialists challenge. So why not show Medivh and stuff like that, have a little bit of fun with a video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate the support. This is Achilles OBT. As always, that's Achilles with a Z. Remember it.